we're working. Yay, we're working.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. You threw me.
Oh, this is in your house. Okay. Hello. Welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea. Today is Tuesday the 15th of December, and this is Catherine.
And I'm Victoria.
And we're coming to you from Port Chalmers in New Zealand.
Yay!
Oh my god, we are so good.
Yeah. We have no idea what number Flosstube video this is, unless you do.
It's something that I don't.
Nah.
So what we're going to do is, before we do the chit chat, I'm going to tell you about my cardigan because I'm 49, I'm really hot. But I have to show it off.
It is a lovely spring/summer evening here,
Yes.
so it's quite warm.
It was a hot day, it was an ice cream day today.
And we've closed the windows because we don't want my neighbours hearing.
Yes, because it's weird. Okay, so this is my new cardigan that I've just finished, and I knitted it with the Peary yarn from Brooklyn Tweed.
And it's beautiful.
I love it. So I'm going to take it off so that I can tell you a few things about it, which I just love this cardigan so much. I am so happy. And I have learned a couple of new skills. I need to cut that length. I've learned a couple of new skills doing this. So this was kind of my pattern. I don't, once you know knitting maths, you don't really need to follow patterns as such. So I've got pattern books. So I just picked out a couple of stitch patterns, which turns out I have used before.
Apparently you've got favourites.
Yes, apparently I do have favourites. So I've got a sort of antlers cable here.
Pretty.
And on the back I have honeycomb, which is one of my favourite stitch patterns, and I love it. And what did I do? So I used an I-cord cast off or bind off, and because I didn't want the bulk, so that's the first time I've done that, and it's so easy. But I kind of resist new techniques. I'm like, I've got my suitcase of techniques, I don't need more. But anyway, I felt like I needed to. So because I'm a woman, supposedly this bit goes over. So I didn't want the bulk on this side. So this side has a normal cast off, and the side that overlaps has the I-cord cast off. And it is kind of bumpy, and sort of it's got really lovely raised texture, which kind of makes me think it's a little bit like, oh my god, all my white hair comes off.
You're molting.
Yeah, but only the white hair. It looks a bit sporty to me, like a sweatshirt sort of look, which I kind of like. And the cuffs as well I did with the I-cord bind off. So I'm very pleased with that, because I lean on things a lot, and then that's where they go. That's where the yellow one I've had to re-knit twice.
That yarn, looks like a thicker yarn than your yellow one that you did, is it? Or is it just you worn the yellow one and it's...
No. Theoretically they're the same.
Oh, okay.
So this is either full ply if you're here or in the UK, and they would call it fingering in America. But I would say this was a true fingering, and the yellow was a light fingering.
Right.
The other thing that I love is that I finally got around to using these beautiful oval mother of pearl buttons. So I try and use natural buttons if I can, unless they're second hand, in which case I'll use the plastic ones. But I bought these years ago, and it's almost impossible to find mother of pearl buttons in Dunedin now.
Yeah.
So I've got a little stash, and sometimes I will buy, or my friends will give me clothing they don't want anymore, and sometimes it's like, oh my god, look at the great buttons.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I did buy these, and sometimes you go to the op shop and you can buy a blouse for $1, but you've got $8 worth of buttons. So quite amazing. But anyway, I'm super happy. Oh, and the other thing that I did is, I know how I wear my cardigans, and I never button them all the way down to the bottom, so I actually stopped with the buttons after 5. Nice. So the rest is just always open. And I did put some pockets in there as well. And I'm super happy with them. It's nice to have pockets in your clothing. Pockets are a feminist issue, as we all know. Don't know why she's laughing.
It's true. I love pockets.
It is true. Yes, and apparently manufacturers don't think we do.
No.
So anyway, I'm super happy with this knit, and I have cast on something else now, but I'm really happy because, oh, that was the other thing I did. The join under the arm, I always like to have a little false seam, and I was listening to a post and they were saying it helps with the hang, so this is all down my torso on the side here. Huh. But it makes it look like you did it in parts and sewed it together, but it's just a little detail. It's just 3 garter stitches. I knitted this in the round.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with this. I love the colour. It's too hot now. It's my summer cardigan is too hot.
Yeah.
I have worn it a few times at work, so that's been really good. Oh my god, thank you. Now we can do chit chat. So the next chit chat should be
right. Oh yes.
Thank you for all the messages. So a few people left messages with my plea for panettone.
Which, if you didn't know, is what this is.
So this is Italian Christmas cake, which is also Peruvian Christmas cake. And I got all the messages in the morning, and then I got a text from Marbex saying, the panettone has arrived. So I just ran. It costs so much money. We'll really savor each bit. But anyway, it kind of means Christmas to me. And I was thinking, why do people find it difficult to know what to get me for Christmas? Like, get me a panettone. Like, that's not hard.
Except you had trouble finding it.
Yeah. In fact, now YouTube shows me panettone adverts, but it doesn't show me where to buy it. It just shows me brands. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is not the authentic one. This is the chocolate one.
It's delicious.
But I didn't think you'd tried it before, so I thought I would bring it and we would try it.
It's lovely.
And in Peru, even though this is like basically flour and butter, in Peru you also have it with butter. So we're having it with butter.
More butter never hurt anyone.
That's right. And Victoria has contributed the ginger beer.
I did.
So anyway, now I'm just going to recline like the overheated lady that I am.
All right.
Chit chat.
Chit chat.
How are you?
I am well. So, last 2 weeks, what have I been doing? So, not an awful lot of stitching because it's the end of year, and as I'm sure you guys are all the same, it's crazy with end of year events because everyone wants to catch up for Christmas and work wants to have events and things. And I went to a wedding last weekend, which was just lovely, up in Oamaru.
Was it a church wedding?
No, it wasn't a church wedding. It was at a homestead called Brooklands, I think. And a beautiful Oamaru stone old house. Unfortunately, it rained, but everyone just had umbrellas. It was fine. The bride looked gorgeous. The groom looked handsome. It was just a lovely day.
Nice. With a celebrant.
Yes. Yep.
Lovely.
And
did you dance?
At the reception, yes, I did. My feet were killing me, but I danced.
Nice.
And then I went and saw my grandmother, and she's great, which is awesome. And then I came home on Sunday, and I had a nap. And I've had work functions.
Because you stayed with your brother, didn't you?
I did stay with my brother, yep.
Have you given him his bee?
No, I forgot. It's sitting over there.
You're so funny.
Oh, and I bought a car. I bought a red car.
Yes! Like
it's
a burgundy.
Burgundy. It's almost an rusty orangey colour. It is a Nissan Dualis, and it's great. It was in my budget, and it had low Ks, and unfortunately not a hybrid, but, you know, next time.
When we stop filming, I'll tell you what I thought the name of the car was. I was telling Diana about it because she needs to get a car, and I was like, oh, she's got a Toyota. It wasn't Dualis.
No, it was not Toyota either. It's a Nissan.
No, I know. I found that out after I looked it up on my phone. You're happy with it, aren't you?
I'm very happy with it. I drove it up to Timaru, and it drove really easily. It was what it was with petrol, you know.
2-litre engine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It cost the same as my old car. But it's great. I love it. My phone connects into it, so I can listen to my music and my podcasts.
Oh yeah, and you can keep your keys in your bag.
Yeah, it's keyless entry and it's keyless drive and it's wonderful. But I am one day going to leave my house without my house keys. I can just tell I'll lock myself out because I don't need my car key anymore.
Yeah, but you know what's happened to me in the past?
What have you done?
That I've left my car on. I've walked away.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it doesn't matter because I don't know if your car does, but my car sort of shuts down after a bit.
Oh.
It's electric, so it just kind of goes like, oh, not being used.
Yeah.
I don't think it's truly off.
Yeah.
But I got into a flap afterwards because I was like, oh, what's wrong with the car? What's wrong with it? Nobody stole it.
Excellent. No, so I've had a great 2 weeks, but I haven't done much stitching. But that's all right. And so what's new with you? Or are you still eating?
I'm being gross.
I'll keep talking.
I'm actually eating off the paper. Just as you turned to... Hi, Catherine. Well,
Oh.
as usual, loads of stuff has happened. Can I skite about my babies?
Of course.
My babies, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my babies. I actually would be so proud of them even if all they did was just breathe.
Yeah.
But, so Christina's in Stewart Island at the moment, being a grown-up, which is so lovely. And I'm being a really good mum, not pestering her and texting her all the time. But she got invited to go to Christchurch for a coaching weekend with the Tall Blacks and tall black coaches and stuff like that.
Tall Blacks, I'm assuming, is about New Zealand basketball?
Yeah, New Zealand basketball team. So I think it was the coaches. Anyway, it was important. And she got invited because she does volunteer coaching here and she's going to train, she's going to do a university degree next year to become a coach. That's what she thinks anyway. I mean, that's what she's chosen. Anyway, she phoned me because, budget, which we're very happy to support. But she phoned me and then she was telling me about all the shenanigans. So she had to get one of those tiny little planes from Stewart Island back to Invercargill, then changed to a different plane to go to Christchurch. Then she got picked up and then there was 3 days of like intense coaching training and blah, 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 blah. And then she had to do it on the way back. And it was quite a tight turnaround between the airplane in Invercargill and then a coach to take her to the boat because there was no spaces on the flights. 8-seater planes, they run out of space pretty quick. So, and then Sophia was coming home for the weekend. So I was very proud of Christina because it just felt like, oh wow, she's got on a plane and I didn't drive her to the airport, like a real milestone thing.
Yep.
And then Sophia was coming home and then she texts me saying, oh, I think Christina and I are going to meet up in Christchurch. Because they were like crossing at the airport. And I was like, oh my God, my babies are adults. And in the end, it didn't happen. The timing didn't quite work out for either of them. But I just felt like, oh my God, my babies.
Aww.
And then Sophita came home and she's, Sophia's like me. She's like full of, well, actually, they're both really like me. But Sophia always has like these wondrous ideas and she's going to take over the world and do this and do that. And like, she gets lots done. She's amazing. They're both amazing. But Sophia asked for a sewing machine for her Christmas. And so I said, yeah, that's fine. That'll be a lovely gift for you. And then what happened was like, we bought her a sewing machine like 6 days ago. Because she couldn't wait. She was in spoilers saying, I can't wait, Mum. You know me. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I just think it's one of those presents that will last forever, actually.
Yep.
And I was so proud. Because of course I did all that stuff where I taught them how to do everything when they were younger, knowing that at some point they might want to go back to something. So they can both knit, crochet, embroider, cross stitch, sew. They can do everything that I can do. And they also have this idea that, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, she started a business. She went and bought a load of fabric and she's been making little outfits that are super trendy. You know, those tiered skirts.
Oh, yes, yep.
She just did it.
She just did it. Which she's selling on
Instagram. So she created another account. She sent me a thing to say, and today she posted a little thing that she'd sold out of all the blue gingham sets. Yeah, far more successful than I have ever been with any business idea that I've had.
Good on her.
So yeah, so she came home for the weekend because she was going out for a thing, but then the thing got cancelled. So then I felt that I wanted to stay home with her because I don't see her very often. So I didn't go to my reading group end of year thing because I wanted to be with Sophia. And so that was lovely.
Excellent.
So we've done that. Has anything else happened?
I'm sure lots of things have happened. I'm so tired at the moment. I've just forgotten what happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm going to bed early.
Yeah.
I'm doing
end of year-itis.
I did gardening.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I had gardening fiasco. Did I tell people about that?
I don't think you did. You told me, but I don't think you told.
I was devastated. So I found a gardener. And then the gardener came, did work, and then when I got home, I was like, has the gardener been? That doesn't look quite right. But it looks like someone's been. Anyway, so the gardener decided that using a, what do you call it, weed whacker?
I call it a weed whacker.
In New Zealand, they call it a weed whacker. Would be a faster way to weed. That's not weeding.
No, that's just cutting the heads off.
And that's encouraging grass to grow faster. So I was so upset. And I was really upset because in the past, Martin and I don't argue very often, but we have definitely argued when he has got the lawnmower or the weed whacker into my flower beds to deal with the grass. But at least I'm not paying Martin to be an idiot.
Yeah.
So I was so upset. So anyway, I did some gardening. I've been begging people to do gardening for me, but there just aren't enough gardeners. There is one firm, but I just can't afford their fees. They're just so high. Yeah. Which is not to say that, yeah, I mean, good for them. But I just can't possibly afford $60 an hour. Yeah. I dream of $60 an hour for me. Anyway, so that was upsetting. So I did some gardening, cut my thumb.
Oh no!
Yeah, cut my thumb with like a native grass.
Yeah, right in that place where you're going to get all your lemon juice and your...
Oh yeah, but we're not cooking at the moment. No. But it didn't stop me from putting like massive sellotape on it so that I could continue crafting. Because I have my paroses straight.
Obviously, yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I've been crafting up a storm, doing all things not cross-stitch related.
Oh well. Shall we start? We'll get to start with our whips.
Or yeah, so the format's going to be a little bit different today, isn't it?
It is. So what we thought we'd do is we would do cross-stitch whips.
Sorry,
you go for
back a bit. It was very funny about the seaweed pizza.
Oh!
Yes, so we've had a few responses.
People tried it.
On YouTube and Instagram, and some people were like, I don't think so. I've had one person actually try it. Bless Dolly, sorry. Dolly had never had seaweed.
Oh, so you're not a sushi eater, it can be.
If you're not a sushi, but it didn't occur to me that anywhere in the world had people that were not sushi eaters.
Oh, okay.
Sushi's big in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Big.
Big.
I mean, I think sushi is kind of trendy everywhere, but it's big in New Zealand. We have a big Japanese contingent.
Yeah. Very much the office workers go to, 8-piece sushi. Brilliant.
Yeah. Love sushi. So if you haven't had sushi or haven't had seaweed, it is a jump. But anyway, good for you for trying it.
Yeah.
You still need to. Everybody else try it. Just saying. Anyway, right, okay, yes. So we're doing our normal stuff.
Yeah, normal whips, and then we...
At the end, we're going to do a little whip parade-y.
Or just show you all the other projects that we haven't touched.
It's going to be disorganised anyway.
Bear with. Right.
Oh, no, I wanted to say one more thing. Sorry,
No,
I just
go
remembered.
for it.
I went to see Dune. Did I talk about last time?
No, I think you said you were going to be a good wife and take go
I'm
with
such
Martin.
a good wife. I went to see Dune with Martin.
You said it's like such a sacrifice. I really want to go and see Dune.
Yeah,
I just
know.
haven't made it yet.
For context, I'm a wimp, so I can't go and see like boy films where there is suspense. If it's a thriller, suspense, like horrid murders or violence, I just no. But I don't know. I think with the girls being grown up, I feel like I've got emotional capacity to kind of be tense for no reason. So anyway, I was like, darling, I can go and see Dune with you. I got so many points out of that. Anyway, the film was okay.
That's good.
I mean, I didn't have a knitting project, so I didn't knit in the film, which is a bit disappointing. Some of the costumes were nice. Interesting. Not nice, interesting. Yep. I mean, it's all about like colonization and empires taking over, blah, blah, we don't like stuff like that. But if you can get past that, I mean, Martin's a big Dune fan. Yeah. He's read the book and so I was making fun of him saying, if you took the fight scenes out of the film, it's almost like an art house film. There was very little dialogue. And there was like panoramic shots of the desert. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen art films like this. But anyway, it was good. And it was long, but not horrifically long.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like going to a long movie and it feels like a long
movie. When you're like surreptitiously checking.
Oh my goodness, it's only been 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, I feel like we're miles away from the camera. I hope it's okay.
We'll be alright.
Alright, so you're going to kick off.
Am I going to kick off?
Yeah.
Alright, so I've only worked on 2 projects the last fortnight. So the first one is the Barbara Anna Designs Christmas Mystery Stitch Along.
You up to date?
I am now up to date. The next, the third and final section comes out on the 15th, which is tomorrow, but because we live in New Zealand, we won't actually get it Thursday. But that's all right.
Noise?
It's my washing machine, if you can hear that.
Oh.
It's just my washing machine doing its final rinse. Or, final spin. I had to use metallic thread for the stars. I hate metallics. I believe we've had this conversation.
So what brand is this?
It's all DMC. I couldn't get the called for. It's just not in New Zealand at the moment, so I just substituted it with a gold.
But this is good. Remember this, because you are going to do metallics again, and now you know DMC is not for you. So then you move on to the next brand.
But DMC is for me if nothing else is available.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And it's super cute. And it's going to be a dreamy girl. I can just tell because there's where the girl's going to be, and that's her here. I just cross fingers.
It might be non-binary.
It could be. It could be a dreaming Santa. Or it could just be a dreaming elf. I don't really care.
That was not a good look on my part. But anyway.
It's going to be a person.
Très cute.
It's very cute, and I'm loving the fabric.
Gosh, the peaks are sharp, aren't they?
They are sharp.
Nice.
Poke your eye out with
Very
those.
good.
And do you have a cross stitch at all?
Yep.
Yes? Brilliant.
Yep. Which I'm not going to say with joy.
That panettone, by the way, was delicious.
Yeah, and that was not authentic because that was chocolate panettone. Actually, not a lot of chocolate, can I just say?
No, it was
Which is
lovely.
good. I like the traditional one with the dried fruit and
chocolate all the way.
raisins and stuff. So this is my delight. That is the cross stitcher September 2020, I think.
I think it was 2017, wasn't it? Let me have a look. No, you're right. It's 2020.
I was guessing. Did it look like I could read it? I couldn't read it, but I was right.
You were right.
Anyway, so after my last moan, last fortnight, I was like, I got home and I was like, you will not beat me. Oh, so I prefer it like this. Oh my god, you spat on me. COVID times, Victoria.
You've got a thread hanging in front and it's ruining the look.
Yeah, but I'm putting my spares here.
Yeah.
It is pretty, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
I am so happy with this. I did show it to Mark. He was like, darling, what do you think? And he was like, it looks like a mess. I said, well, that's a look. It's like watercolor sort of painting.
I think it's gorgeous.
I am loving it. And I do think that thank you, Kim, for mentioning my, was it Kim? The hand-dyed fabric. It was very cute. I'm super thrilled with this, but I'm going to be thrilleder when I'm done.
Nice.
And I think you would enjoy it. And actually, you can't tell, but you should do this one because...
Do you want to do a side-by-side?
Yeah. Because, oh my god, like there is barely anything that resembles the pattern.
That's brilliant.
At the beginning of each session, I'd be like, oh yeah, I can follow the instructions. After a while, I was like, yo, land wherever you want, needle. But I'm loving it. I think it's
lovely.
Beautiful.
It looks gorgeous on that Ada.
Yes. And I think it might be a patch, actually. I do
It'd be
like
gorgeous as like a pocket patch or something.
I like to decorate my clothing, so it might be a patch. I'm thinking I've got a blazer. Actually, I'm getting chunky arms, so some of my blazers I don't fit into. It's very sad. But if I get into this grey blazer that I want to decorate,
Lovely.
this would look nice, I think. So this is designed by Maria Diaz, who I got very excited about because of her surname and the name. She lives in England. She's English.
Oh.
So not at all like I had created this whole idea. But, you know, her family might have come from... Anyway, it was very exciting to me. But she has published quite a few books and stuff. But actually, I think this is my favourite of hers.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm very happy with this, even though when I started, I was full of black hair, and now I'm full of grey hair. And Victoria's full of sympathy.
I dyed my hair for the wedding, so all my greys have gone.
Did you?
Yeah. You can't tell because it's just
I can't actually tell that you have
a
greys.
fraction. It's because I dyed them.
Yeah, I know, but before.
No, I did. I'm getting the white wing tips.
It's because you're doing like complicated 1/1 stitches.
Right, so my second one I've been working on is You Had Me at Flamingo by Hands On Design. And this was a new one last week, I think.
Your impulse shop.
It's my impulse shop because they kindly loaded it up as a PDF. Super pleased with it. And
See, what I like is that it's little.
yes, the wee bit more, I'm just putting it over there so it doesn't shine through. There we go, we're getting through some flamingos. So I think I've just over doubled the amount of flamingos I had a fortnight ago.
Great.
And I've still got 3 more to go.
And you're following the...
Yes, following the
correct
pattern. I'm
colours.
doing the called for colours, which is a whole pile of the overdyed flosses from various brands. But you could quite easily swap it out for some various shades of pink DMC.
Or anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could do blue flamingos.
They do go. They lose their color if they don't have the right prawns. That's
That
some
is
sort
true.
of mollusk.
Yeah, that's the
in
reason
the
they're
water.
pink. Yeah. And that is all that I've managed to work on cross stitch wise this week.
Because grown up life.
Because growing up life. That's alright, I'm about to go on holiday for 3 weeks where I'm just going to do nothing but stitch and paint.
Wake up late.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to.
No.
Sounds great.
I had a leak in my bathroom, I may have said
Ah.
last Flosstube, and so now I've got a hole in my bathroom wall that I've got to fill and then paint the bathroom. So yay, that's my Christmas project.
You need to have William come down.
William doesn't like painting, but hopefully he might come and fill the hole.
Yeah.
It's a big hole.
So it's plasterboard that needs to be done first.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I also worked on 2 cross stitch things only.
I thought I saw a third one. Did I not see some?
I mean, I've put them there for like, at some point in my life I need to go back to these projects.
Okay.
But that I actually worked on this fortnight.
Sure.
It was just this. So this is my friends and family linen and threads 2020. It was a mystery. Was it mystery?
Yeah. Mystery stitch along for 2020.
Yeah. And what I've decided I'm going to do, so I'm now on part 7. So I'm making great progress. I'm really happy.
So you're in July.
Yes, but what I'm going to do is that regardless of the order, what I want to do is actually do the edges.
Yes.
All along. But what I have done is this part.
Look how good that looks.
So, let's keep moving
like a
it. So
wreath.
now we're just going to keep moving it so people can't tell nothing.
Take it nice and close.
Woo! If anybody's pregnant that watches this and they're getting nausea, sorry.
It looks fine from where I'm sitting.
It looks fine.
Looks great.
I'm not being contrary, because I am. I like wonky things. I like telling society that I'm doing things my own way.
Who sent us through? Or was that, did we talk about that in the last video? They sent us through that they'd found a note in a book.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it in a second. Yeah. So I've done this. So the last page was this, that, and this.
It's gorgeous.
And with this, I was really happy. And then there was something that didn't quite go right here. And then I did it correctly. Like I undid quite a bit and then I did it correctly. And then it still didn't match. And I thought, you know what? I quite like it.
So does someone's initials go in the middle when you've decided?
Yeah, there are still loads of initials to kind of go in there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the initials.
So good.
I do love this. And I was actually wondering.
It's alright, don't worry. It's just because phone's charged up a bit.
Okay. Just a message just popped up. I'm actually wondering whether this should be part of a skirt. So I'm wearing my skirt that has a doily on the side.
I was thinking the same thing.
So I'm wearing this skirt, which has my embroidered, what's the embroidery on this? Oh, be anti-racist on the edge.
You don't have to
Not
scoot
showing
up
my
any
knickers.
higher.
Can't show my knickers because I'm wearing tights. It's fine. And then I thought, oh gosh, this could be great on the side panel.
It'd be wonderful.
So I'm thinking about it because I'm moving to a tiny house. It's not a tiny house, but it's a tiny house. I'm not going to have a lot of wall space, so I'm kind of thinking about it. But anyway, I love this. I love it so much. I'm very happy with this. This does not make me feel like throwing it across the room. Makes me feel very accomplished, like I'm a proper lady.
Nice. Some of the motifs, though, I think you've felt the impulse.
And what was I working on? I think it was this, where I was like, oh, Victoria, symmetry is so good. Once something is symmetrical, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And like mirror designs and stuff. But as soon as you go curve, And also I never stitch in the day. Pardon me, I stitch at night. I'm knackered. That's not the best time.
No.
So.
Right.
Yes. So we got a message from Ella. I think it was Ella. I want to say Ella Rose Vines on Instagram. I could be completely wrong because I'm going to blame my age. She sent me the most delightful message. I felt completely vindicated. I was like, Victoria. So anyway, she was looking through a magazine, an old magazine. I think it was her grandma's. And in the magazine, there was like an editorial page and stuff. And there was a section, like tips. And it said, if you want to add texture to your cross stitch, you could cross your X's in different ways. It doesn't all have to go the same way.
And Catherine asked me that since it's now written down as a rule, am I going to start changing my style? No.
I actually responded. I was like, oh, thank you. I feel so validated now. But I think Victoria will come out in hives if I suggest that she starts doing that. But I actually do think it's true. Like
yes, absolutely.
You wouldn't go to an oil painter and say, make sure all your things are like smooth, because texture is good. So anyway, feel validated. Thank you. That was a nice solstice present for me.
Excellent.
Thank you for remembering.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm going to be here until 12 tonight, tidying up the mess that I'm creating in your house, Victoria.
Right.
Okay, so now we're doing our work in progress that we haven't worked on and we hope to work on.
So just
it was long because I'm trying to avoid saying whip parade because I don't like the term.
So our other projects that we have started this year but have not yet completed.
Yes, and we can say that with confidence because we've only been podcasting this year.
Yeah.
Flosstubing. Yeah. Okay, you go first.
I'll go first. Do we want to do all mine or do we just do one over one? You like 1-1?
1-1.
Okay, so
let's to add texture.
And we're going to do this in an interesting way because I haven't got things quite as organised as I should. So, you may remember this one. I bought it some time ago.
I love that.
I don't know when. So this is from the Scarlet letter. It's called A Peacock, a Unicorn and a Badger. And it's a full coverage one. And it's gorgeous.
It is rather gorgeous. It is also rather
rather large. It's taken up most of this square and this is done in... Shivers, I think this is 40 count. And I've started the badger and the tree.
But if you wanted fast, you wouldn't be doing cross stitch, right?
No, I'm happy because, I mean, each of these are investments.
We've already talked about how much it costs.
Yeah.
It's got to last.
It's got to last.
Cost per X.
Cost per X is great, yeah. Yeah.
I like the ridiculousness of it.
I love it. I love how everything's got this like really heavy dark outline and it's quite... To me, I know it's not, but I think it looks really Elizabethan to me. Or what I would have called to be Elizabethan.
Yeah. Tudor.
Yeah.
It's got that look. I mean, and I think they've been inspired by that.
Yeah, I think it would make a great cushion cover, like a tapestry cushion cover.
Yeah, I was thinking I don't want to start another hobby, but it would do great for tapestry.
I've been looking at some tapestry cushions, and I was like,
And the thing is with tapestry, sorry, don't listen because you're not going to do this. But for tapestry, you totally can go to the op shops. There's so much tapestry wool available to buy secondhand. And you could just do your own colours.
Yeah.
It would be grand. And then you can be guaranteed it will end up in the op shop because apparently that's where all tapestries end up.
Oh yeah, I did one when I was young. I don't think I've shown it. I did a Beatrix Potter, the mouse sitting on the spindle.
Oh, nice.
Of cotton, and I did it as a tapestry. And it was one of those one where the picture is stamped on the really coarse thing, and you just fill it. You know, it's just learning things. And it sat in the cupboard under the stairs at my mum's house for a good 22 years, and she finally pulled it out and put it in a frame. I was like, Mum, I do so much better stuff now, just throw it out. One of the good ones up.
That is so funny. Oh. That's why they recommend when you're learning to spin wool or yarn, use your spun wool or yarn or whatever as soon as you've done it, because you get better and then you're like, ew, I don't want to look at this. Yeah. I don't want to work with this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But your mum will appreciate it.
Oh.
Okay, so... Oh, we're doing one.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this one?
That is his eye.
His eye is on the sparrow. And I do love this. I'm so thrilled with this.
Now this is of course Catherine's take on His Eyes on the Sparrow with
Of course.
select her.
Oh, so the the line, I've changed it from the biblical verse to Si te quiero es porque eres. Yeah, so that's the line of music that comes from the poetry, which I totally love. I love it. So, if you haven't listened to Susana Baca, you should do. She sings beautiful. She sings in Spanish and French, actually. That's not unusual. But also she sings Afro-Peruvian music. So we have like a big heritage of African people that came to Peru. I think as slaves, they were enslaved people brought across. So Peru has a history, and it's actually quite lovely because I'm seeing things on Instagram where people are saying like, you know, we're part of Peru, you have to make space for us, we're proud of who we are. And their contribution, of course, is amazing. So Susana Baca, look her up. She's great. Anyway, I love this. And it's so funny because every time I work on it, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to carry on until I finish. And then I get distracted. But anyway, the colours are like my invention.
I love your colours.
You know, I don't want to get melancholy with beiges. I would totally get melancholy with beiges. So,
It's looking great.
Yep, very happy. Very happy indeed. And these are all the lovely threads that I was sent by Carol from the UK, which I have lots of, so they'll bring me a lot of joy for a long time.
Excellent. Yes. So the next one we'll do, which I think is my now oldest whip.
It is your oldest whip, yeah.
So this is the 2017 Linen and Threads Mystery Stitch Along, and this is what is referred to as in these podcasts as the one I'm doing for my mum, or the blue one.
And I think we're now going to start calling it the one she'll finish over Christmas. Honest.
Yeah. The one I started when I was waiting for all my other patterns to arrive when we first started doing this.
When we went like,
ooh. But actually, it is
oh my
beautiful.
God, it is so gorgeous.
So I've only done about 2.5 months with the 12-month stitch along, but we're getting there. And it's gorgeous. Like, looking at it, it is beautiful.
The colour that you chose is just gorgeous.
It's just a DMC, but it's lovely. It's 1/1 on some linen that I had. I'm not quite sure what the size is. It's very nice.
Actually, it's funny that you should say just a DMC.
Yeah, not just
because but it is interesting because if you listen to podcasts in Spanish, they will say it's worth spending extra to get DMC because there's lots of cottons available for people to purchase, and DMC is an investment for the Latin American economy, like in general terms. I think DMC is a fantastic product, so absolutely. I don't think we ever have to worry about like just DMC. They're great.
No, well,
and the colour is fabulous.
My new thing that I've done this year is I've started using the variegated
overdyed. Yeah.
The variegated overdyed threads, and they've been my big thing, and they, for me, are a big investment. They're about a little over twice the price of DMC.
Do you get twice the thrill?
When I first started, I did. Now, not so much.
Now you're like, oh, mortgage.
Yeah.
I wonder who they use as their base. Like, do they buy DMC white?
I mean,
and then overdye it.
Because DMC, I
wouldn't have
fantastic
a clue.
Quality. Yeah.
Yeah. I would not have a clue.
It all comes from the same.
But yeah, actually, it is more expensive. Partly the reason I'm not going to do it, but thread goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does, especially when I use a lot of it. I've tending towards the smaller linen counts. So using one thread, and of course so it does goes a long way.
Cool. This one, I can't remember the name of it, so I'm going to actually get the little pattern. Oh yes, so this is the one. This is the historical sampler from Mexico, Cuando se corona un gusto. So I bought this because from Yanni Stitcher, she actually charted it. And initially I was going to do it the modern way. She's done 2 versions, which you get both in the pattern. One is as was, so the words are really close together and you can't really read them very easily. And she's also done like a modern version of how we separate words like properly with like one space between. I was going to do that one first, but now I've actually changed my mind. I'm going to do the other one.
Nice.
And I love it. I think I'm using Mystery Blue. Is it Mystery Blue? No, this is numbered blue.
Ooh.
Because I love this blue. See, oh, I'm sorry. If you want to copy me, this is how you do it. I'm the fancy one. I think that was from the threads you gave me.
Probably,
I've got
yeah.
cards, yeah. So I have kept my numbers.
Yes.
So that is DMC 312, which I think is a gorgeous blue. So I am very happy with this blue.
Excellent.
It's a bit lighter than yours, isn't it?
Yes, I think mine's a 7 something.
Right. So anyway, this is number 12 Stitch Co. linen in the colour
Silvery
Rain
Moon.
Cloud.
I was just guessing.
Yeah. And so I've just done a C.
And the border.
Yeah. And I love it. I'm so happy with this as well. This could be a skirt. Yes, I'm very happy with this. I love it. It brings me a lot of happiness because, you know, isn't it funny you start thinking? So if I'm working in Spanish, I'm thinking about home and, you know.
Lovely.
Yes. So it's very good, very good. And I quite like this, the being a bit subversive. I'm like, no, I'm not just buying things in English.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my God. Calm down, Catherine.
All right, I'll
Yours.
move on to my next one. So this was Our Forest Embroidery.
You haven't brought that out in
Carriage.
ages.
No, we haven't brought this one out in a while. With the called for threads, which are the Our Forest own brand, which is a Russian company.
Which was a treat for you to receive in the post.
It was a treat. I had given up. I was like, oh, it was when the mail first started going do-wacky. But before they decided they weren't going to post to New Zealand. And it took a good 6-7 weeks. And this is being
Beautiful
done
colour.
on a 28 count country mocha. And
It still looks so fine, doesn't it?
because I'm doing one over.
No, I
Yeah.
mean just
Oh,
the
but is it-
fabric. Even 28 count, it's very fine.
And this is cute. This is where you see, like, the pumpkins up here. That's just one thread. It's just really hugely variegated with the yellows and the reds. I must get that finished. Maybe this will be one of my Christmas finishes. But that's pretty cute.
Nice.
You got another one? Yes.
Not that one, but I've got this one. Oh yes, this is the one that I said to you. Oh, I'm gonna work on this a lot, only on this for the fortnight. Didn't touch it.
Yeah.
So this is.
Promise me a housey.
I did promise you a housey. So this is my own sampler that I'm sort of creating with New Zealand flowers and New Zealand fauna as well.
The bird, though,
apart from
was-
the bird,
yeah.
which I might still change. I might make it into a tui with a neck thing.
Nice.
Maybe. Anyway, so this is Silvery Moon, 36 count by number 12 Stitch Co. I also love this project. It brings me a lot of happiness.
Just gorgeous.
It's just time, you know. Oh my God, I've been so busy at work. It's really quite outrageous. Like people don't seem to have heard about, slowing down for December.
Everyone wants their stuff before Christmas, even though they're not going to do anything with it.
Well, I think what happened is it was, for me, it was like people finally had time so they could address my emails from weeks ago.
Lovely.
Yeah, fun and games. So anyway, I'm very happy with this. And I do love, see, in the way that you love the variegated threads, I love the linens, but I'm not buying them until I use up what I have.
Yep.
Because I'm me. So, we're doing width, right? So next one.
Next one. Ooh. Right, so this is Wicked Siblings from Mama Witch Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
Take it out of the plastic pocket, then it won't reflect.
That is cute.
It's cute. Now, I started this and have done nothing more on it.
I love
So this-
those leaves. Oh, tiny stars.
A bit bad. Here we go.
Proof of a impulse
Not even
purchase.
sure which way round it goes. I'm sure I can work it out.
You'll
Look
have
at the
marked
pattern.
it. You'll have marked it well.
Oh, no, I
But also, you can't work on this at night.
don't. No,
Like-
that was the thing. I haven't been able to work on it at night, and I haven't been stitching during the day because
Actually, it hasn't been very light. It's not been spring-like. It's
No,
been kind of
considering
autumn-like.
it's the longest day next week on the 22nd
Yeah. I think that's why I've been doing so much knitting, because it's just been dark.
and wet. It's been very wet.
Yeah, it's kind of felt like you just need to kind of cocoon at home rather than like...
Yep.
Oh, so you've done that one. Whip It Good. Still haven't done the middle. Wouldn't it be nice if I got this finished? Yes, it would.
Have
I
you
love
decided what you're
this
going to
one.
put in the middle?
Something about my baby being amazing.
Nice. Maybe that's what you should just put, something about my baby.
My baby. I think we talked about making it into some sort of pouch for her. I really want to do that.
Nice.
Part of the thing as well, I think you just have to make peace with the fact that they were losing. So, oh my God, Sophia lost her ring that I made her. It's okay. These things happen.
You've lost your ring that you made you as well.
All right. She loved her ring.
Oh, does she know where she lost it?
She sent me a text, Mum, I just came out the sea and I can't find my ring.
Oh. Did you take it off or did you lose it in the water?
She lost it in the water.
Oh.
She doesn't take any of her jewellery off ever. She goes for a run with friends, then they go for a dip in the ocean, and then they go for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, you have to make her a new one.
I am going to make her a new one, but she came down and I forgot to measure her. But anyway, well, it doesn't matter. But, you know, you give gifts, things get lost. You can't get too attached to things.
Yeah.
So I think I definitely will make a pouch. And maybe this is like I will focus. Everything I've shown, I was like, no, I'll work on this. Or maybe I will get this.
This is why this is a good idea. It's like, oh, I want to work on this one again.
Yeah, because I was anti doing this.
I know you were.
And then I watched a Flosstube by Diary of a Physicist Farm Girl. And she did that. And she said the reason she likes it is because you get re-inspired by the things that you're making. You kind of get like, oh, yeah. So I thought, oh, okay. If you think that, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes, Victoria, we can do this.
Yay.
We are a democracy here. We try to be.
All right, my next one is Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring by Blackbird Design.
Which is beautiful. And you're making that for me, aren't you?
Sure.
She's not. I love that so much.
You can have the pattern. I've done half
Thanks.
the bloody alphabets.
Love that so much.
But it's pretty. Oh, see, I want to work on all of these now, all at once.
Let's not go to work for the next 3 weeks.
That sounds brilliant.
Yes, let's do that.
And that is also done on 28 count country mocha 1/1.
I think we need to do camp again.
Craft camp, yes, because we were going to make stuff out of your book.
Yes, we need to do that for sure.
Yes.
I'm so going to do that this summer for sure.
Yeah.
I am not going to be someone that buys things just to have.
Yeah. Well, let's make a day of it.
Yes.
We're in the holidays, and then we can go in and copy things off.
Hang on, my
Do you
turn.
have? Oh, you've still got more.
I think so. Oh yes. Oh, you're probably not even going to show this.
Why do I not
But
show
I'm
it?
a good human. I'm going to show it. The calendar.
Oh, I'd forgotten about the calendar.
I could tell by your demeanour.
I don't know. It's somewhere. I want to redo all my calendar ones on darker linen.
See, what I'm thinking, do you?
Yeah, I don't like the cream linen. I've done it on. You can't see them.
Why don't you ever dye it? I'll help you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Thank God. So what's this called? I've forgotten now. Because I got rid of the patterns because I was like, don't like it.
This is A Joyful World, the Snowflower Diaries.
When I say I don't like it, it's like I'm just being flippant because I can't follow a pattern. I just don't have the personality for it. Anyway, I fell in love with the Foxy and I almost completely did the Foxy like it was supposed to be.
Do you want to do a compare?
Oh yeah, let's do compare and contrast.
Right, so this is what my one looks like.
Okay, so on this side you will see the person that has the patience to do these little corners, and on this side there's me. But this is the dad of your.
It is. It's cute.
And also my bird is a different bird.
Yes, you. Oh no, it's the same bird.
Is it?
Yeah, look, same bird. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
the scale.
my bird is the dad of your bird.
Yeah.
And you did the flower, and you did the
flower.
ground.
And see, there's actually lots of white bits around, but you just cannot see it on this cream. So yeah, let's do
Which
some
is why
dyeing.
you don't bother. I don't understand what your problem is.
You can't see it.
Look, when it's close up, and this is so beautiful, Victoria. If you're not even gonna dye this. If you mess around with this, I'm gonna steal it.
Well, you can have them if you want, and I'll restart again.
Have you finished it? Don't give me a half-finished project.
You can have. I've got all the way up to March done. No, April.
No.
I thought I had May as well. Maybe just April.
Okay, can you please vote? Is Victoria allowed to restart? Because I don't think she should. These are actually truly beautiful.
You can't really see the bunny.
Yes, Victoria. Then people unpick the bunny and do it again.
Yeah, but no, because I've got to do it.
I'll tell you what we can do. Okay.
Sorry, I'm stealing yours. This is your show and tell.
That's okay.
A show and a wine.
That's all right. I do this plenty to you. Okay, I've got an idea.
Okay,
if you
can see all of them.
if you want to redo things, which I don't want to allow you, and you truly mean that you want to restart things, how about we make some strong tea, and with a pencil brush, like a little brush, we do the whites to see if that changes it enough so that you're happy with it.
All right, well, we're going to think about that.
That means no.
No, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll do it on one of our camp days.
Yes. I think they're so beautiful, especially because I am never going to be... Oh, you dropped them.
Oh,
I am never going to be able to do anything like that. So I just think your finish is so lovely. You should embrace it. Yeah, boff. You should embrace it and be proud and happy of that.
No.
Anyway, I, on the other hand, couldn't be arsed. So, I still really want the idea of them. But also, like, my home is changing. Like, I'm almost an empty nester now. Christina's going to a hall of residence in February when she comes back. She's coming back for like 4 days and then going to a hall. And of course she's going to come home for the holidays and stuff. But she probably will go flatting. I'm like things have changed. Like, do I need educational, like, days of the month? Like, days of the week and the month for them to see in Spanish in my head? I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, I haven't got rid of it yet because I'm in two minds about it.
Plus, you won't get rid of it. You'll just turn them into something else, won't you?
I don't know. I do love my writing. I love all the different birds. Maybe I will persevere.
I love your bird borders.
Yeah, I love the border. See, I also have an issue with a little bit like yours. There's one border that I think, meh. But actually, I couldn't tell you which one now. I like them all now. But I love all the different borders that I did. Like, this is one of my favourite. I think that looks like lace.
Yeah, and you've pulled all the birds out of various patterns. They look great.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some out of patterns. I got some out of my design books. So it's very personal. Oh, I'll just do it.
Good.
I'll just do it.
Good.
And we'll do tea for yours.
Yes.
But you have to mean it, because I know I'm very on to you as far as how you fob me off.
Well, no, do I finish all of them and then we chuck them in tea and see what happens?
No, I don't want you to chuck them in tea. I'm suggesting that
We paint
we just paint like the stars.
Sorry, my cat's now eating Catherine's basket. Oh, chuck it outside.
The cat has very good taste because that's my Peruvian basket.
There you go.
So I just think there's lots of ways of
We
doing
can work around it.
things.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I would like to try doing something that would be great. Yeah.
Okay, so that's that one.
Which one shall I do? We all know this one. Plum Street Samplers, Miss Bingley's Library.
Oh, let's do that side by side.
Can we do a side by side?
Do we have enough for us to do a side by side?
I think so.
Let's have a look. This is funny.
This time I've got the daddy one, I think. I think mine's on a 32 or a 35 count.
Mine is 40 count, but it's quite a stiff linen. It's from 1 to 3 stitch. I am not shy. I'm a lady.
Great. They're gorgeous. I love your one. I love your pride flag at the top.
I love my inclusive pride flag.
Yeah.
I love her tankard. I love her books, which clearly, as Kim said, clearly romances because they're like shocking pink.
All the pink covers, yeah.
I like that it's got like English and Spanish.
It's great.
Love it, love it. I keep looking for a flipping frame for this. Could this be a skirt?
It could be a panel like in the back of a jacket.
Do you know, I wonder whether I could do a frame on it. And you know how you can do like Vivienne Westwood with just safety pins? I could do safety pins.
That would work.
I'm already ridiculous in front of my boss's boss. I could look further ridiculous by saying, do you know, when I see him, I say things like, because I'm knitting, of course. Like when my boss's boss appears and I'm having a coffee somewhere, I'm knitting. And then he'll go, you're knitting. And of course me, who can't help herself, says, well, don't you knit?
That's brilliant. I'd be like,
And he's like,
you're standing.
but he's very serious.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that could be another ridiculousness that I can do.
I think that's great.
I like off center.
Turn it into a giant brooch.
Oh my god, I'm all into brooches. I love a brooch. You're right. This could, if I did it like tight enough, it could on my lapel.
Because you can get those, can't you get the pins that you're for knitting technically? Like, so you've got great big long safety pin things.
Oh, so you can do it like a little banner almost. Yeah, you could. But I quite like the idea of like the Vivienne Westwood rough and ready safety pin.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm thinking about it.
Nice.
I'm thinking about it.
I'll make sure I get photo evidence of when she does it.
I keep thinking that I do want to start posting on Instagram when I have like a cute skirt with embroidery on it.
Oh, you should.
But, you know, I've got also ideas for posting all my quilts and time.
Do you have any more cross stitches, or do I just run through the? You've got more.
What did I just show?
We did the calendar.
Oh no, this one. So I just picked this up. And what is this? No, this is something else I've already shown you. And what is this? This could be something else I've already shown. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I've already shown you this.
You can tell we were totally organised today.
I've already shown you this. So, no more.
No more?
Le cross stitch.
I will run through my last few.
Oh,
She's just spilt all her threads.
Yes.
Right, so this is Red House Sampler from the Sampler Company. This I was coveted after I saw someone from the New Zealand cross stitch
Facebook group.
No, it was the people that get together to stitch, the cross stitch.
The retreat.
Retreat, that's the word I was looking for.
That's the word.
And they had to put a photo of these award-winning cross stitches, and I just fell in love with this pattern.
And you can tell, because look how fast you've gone.
It's a surprisingly quick stitch.
What's the count?
This is mystery stuff.
Oh, this is your mystery stuff, isn't it? I reckon it's probably 28 then.
Yeah, it could well be a 28 or 32.
Yeah.
DMC threads.
I love the colour of that thread.
It's just beautiful. I'm going to pull it in so people can see it. It's like a crimson.
Yes, beautiful.
It's just gorgeous.
And actually the design, the emblem.
Yeah.
Is pretty.
It's very nice. So I have done half of the middle and obviously not quite finished half of the border, but that's still getting the motifs. You can see they're all coloured in. It's just pretty.
It
really
is pretty. Is this for yourself to keep?
This is for me to keep.
Nice.
So that's beautiful. That one. We've also got good old Autumn Quaker by Rosewood Manor.
Do you think that's your second oldest?
I think it probably is. It was the one I was most excited about starting when I did my big order.
There's a lot on the floor here on Victoria's side.
Yeah, I vacuumed before we started. So we're about 2/3 of the way through that, I think.
That is very beautiful.
Almost onto the last pages. It's just lovely. And these are the what are they? Threads? Valdani threads, thank you. And I've really enjoyed that one. It's like your orange one, just lots of lovely little symmetrical motifs. And
actually you could do this one in one colour and it would look stunning.
You could do it would be amazing. And I have got the patterns, so this is autumn, and I have got the patterns for winter, summer, and spring.
Oh, she's going to live until she's 110. Yeah. Can I have a look? Oh, never mind. I just saw one thing that caught my eye.
And last but not least...
See, I love, sorry to go back to this one. Isn't that just the cutest thing? It's like a little quilt. So pretty. Pretty.
Colours match your nails.
Course. Oh, do you know, I'm such a scab. So I painted my nails like 2 weeks ago and I haven't had time to like either take it off or do it. So I just keep putting new layers on. So if you look at it closely, it looks like a 5-year-old did my nails. But from afar, when I had to do a presentation to a senior leadership team, and I was like, I look quite professional, don't get too near. Anyway, you could actually, you never will, because you have too many other things, but you can totally just pick out one thing and do a key fold.
Yes. Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Absolutely.
Very beautiful. Sorry.
So last one for mine is the Barbara Anna Designs Alley Quartet. So that's the picture. Excuse me. And I've done
nice colours.
I've done a little bit of a cat. So this was the one that I was doing alongside my niece while we were teaching her. No, but it was a cheapie.
She says that.
But she's given up, so I will continue on. And that is all of my whips for that I'm carrying over till Christmas. No, when are we doing? 2022.
Yeah, so without counting, how many patterns do you think you have left that you haven't started yet? Because you know you went through that little buying things because you wanted to have more whips.
Patterns?
Yeah.
Probably about 20, 25.
Because I think I probably have 3 more. Apart from the books, I've bought some books.
I've got quite a few because I did a big splurge and I've got all of the
because you buy sets.
all the Dreaming Girls from Barbara Anna. Even though I've only done I've got the Christmas one which I showed you earlier, and I finished that one off earlier this year. That's the Halloween one.
I like what Michelle Bendy Stitcher did with her
Dreaming Girl, where she made it
for the missing and murdered Indigenous women.
It's stunning.
Yeah, I like things with messages. I like those sort of what do you call it? What's the word when you change things?
Bespoke.
No, not quite the word, but anyway,
Personalised.
yeah, personalised. Yeah, yeah. Great. Okay, so you're done with your whips.
That's it. And over the Christmas break, we'll say now, it will probably be about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks before we video next, because Catherine's away and I'm away and Christmas and all that jazz. Yeah. So over those weeks, I will finish everything.
Yes. So that's the cross-stitch section finished. I've got a few things that I want to show that I've been working on this fortnight. So, okay. So I've done some natural dyeing. So... So the natural dyeing that I did is so when you do when you do any dyeing, but it's even more important with natural dyeing. I don't know what I'm talking about. When you do dyeing, you want to, the water that you throw away, you want it to be as clear of dye color as possible. Because you don't want to lose dye color, like that's the whole point of dyeing, is that you want to retain color. So you do a thing called exhaust your dye. Which means that it doesn't have the intensity, like, you know, you dye something and it's like this vibrant color, and then you still have color in the pot, so you just put more things in to exhaust that dye. So things come out like pastel-y. So I did that with some madder.
I think that pink's gorgeous. Or peach.
It's like a peach.
Salmon.
Yeah. And this is not really my color, but I really want to get into doing a lot more color work, which is when you mix lots of colors in one strand. So stranded color work, like from the Shetland Isles, for example. So having dissonant color can be quite helpful to make things pop. So sometimes having a bright color with amongst muted is helpful, and sometimes when you have things that are very, very bright, having a muted line is helpful. So these are important, but it's an odd choice. And I love natural dyes because they're not flat colors, so they're kind of, they shift as you move them. So I'm happy with that. And then, what was I dyeing with? What did I dye with? Can you remember?
Nope.
From me not actually telling you.
Yeah.
I did some dyeing. And I really want to do a vest with this. I love wearing vests, so I put a shirt on and I have a vest and then a blazer, and that's kind of my look. And I dyed, was this Brazil? It was something. Who knows? I really can't remember. Isn't that awful? Gosh. But it's natural. It was a natural dye. So I was really thrilled with this.
It's come out a little bit darker than I think it's showing on the screen.
Oh, so let's go back here. Is it like that?
There, yeah.
It's kind of, it's got like red undertones.
It's gorgeous. Really, it's sort of a honey brown, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And of course I'm 49, so all these mustards and browns are like so attractive to me now. So I'm super happy with these. And then I had this yarn, which I had dyed when I was trying to exhaust a cochineal dye bath. So cochineal are bugs. So even though I'm a vegetarian, I do dye with cochineal, which I have a problem with, but I somehow don't stop. So I don't buy silk, but I use cochineal. So we're all complicated humans, aren't we? Anyway, the cochineal, because it was an exhaust bath, it was kind of lilac. I was never going to wear it. But this has shifted to make it just a tiny little bit darker.
It's more of a pinky now, isn't
It's like a pinky, but with brown undertones. And I feel like I want to make a shawl.
It looks like a shawl.
It does, doesn't it? And I thought, oh, wouldn't this be lovely for a shawl?
Or even like a lace stitch or something.
A lace shawl, yeah. So I'm thinking about it. But you can see with the light, the colour shifts, so it looks like it's dark, and at times it looks like it's flat. But anyway, I'm very happy with this. So I did that as well. And then, because there was still a lot of colour, I threw in this blanket piece that I had used to do some embroidery panels that didn't work out, so I unpicked it. And I want to get into applique next year. There is a designer called something Bononomy. She's American, but she does loads of applique, so very naive sort of stuff. She's got a huge following. I can't remember her first name, but Bononomy is the surname. She does beautiful work. And I've been thinking about doing applique for ages, and can you see how rough and ready it looks? Like it looks kind of stained and stuff. So I love how this turned out. And I probably won't do wool applique because I don't want to buy more materials, and I'll use some wool that I already have from other blankets, like natural. I've got greys and stuff. But anyway, I'm very happy with this. And the other thing I was thinking is that sometimes the dyeing itself is the craft. Like I was saying to Marty, sometimes the fact that I've dyed something is enough.
Yeah. It's all, we talk about this a lot with the cross stitch. It's for me, it's the process more than the end product.
But with the dyeing, you also have dyeing itself is an art.
Yeah.
And then people using that to do some other art is the next step. And anyway, so I'm very happy with this. I wish I could remember. I'll remember as soon as we stop filming. I'll remember.
We'll add it to the text below.
Oh, if I can remember. So anyway, also that's whips. I also finished, I'm not going to be able to open it. But my baby's going to university, so I was making her a quilt. So I was making her this quilt. And then we decided this wasn't quite right for her. And you just get a feeling. So I've got another idea for this. I'll tell you when I show you what I'm going to work on next year. But anyway, I posted this on Instagram, and I have finished her quilt top.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I can't really show it. It's too big, but it's got stars, which I'm very happy with. So the blue is from a secondhand bed sheet, and the stars are from various flowery fabrics.
Oh, show the small stars. They'll come up with all of this. Lots of different scales.
Yeah. And then little pops of little bits of colour. Oh. So, and then I've gone around the borders, with blocks of the fabrics.
It's just so beautiful.
So this is big enough for a king single, with falling almost to the ground.
So she can really wrap herself up in it.
Yeah. And we're pretending I'm not doing this because Christina's a bit like me. She's like, I don't need anything, Mum. And I'm like that. I don't want stuff. Yet I am making her a quilt because she's my baby. And I'm now working on the back. So I'm using contrasting stripy fabrics. So
they're old sheets, aren't they?
Yes.
I'm sure I had sheets like that at one
old
stage.
Sheets from the op shop, yeah. So the charity shops have lots of these sheets. So I'm kind of cutting them and doing
nice
contrasting joins. So that one's really nice. And then I came across this fabric. And there's an organic bedding in the op shop for $1.
Wow.
Yeah. And I really like this because potentially I'm going to embroider following the line, it was one of those calligraphy books. And then this is the fabric that I found in a bundle.
Oh, lots of different odds and odd shapes.
It's all the same fabric, but it was a bundle. Obviously, someone had cut out a pattern, and so it's curves and stuff, which I love. I love that history. But there's plenty here, so there'll be enough for the back. So I'm hoping to finish the back this weekend, and then once I've got the 3 panels ready, you always feel enthusiastic about quilting, I think, because you can see the end.
Yes.
So I'm working on that as well. Yeah. Oh yes, and the jumper. I cast on a new jumper, a cardigan.
Yeah, because you haven't had time to do much this week or anything.
I know, right? So this pattern, I don't even know if I've got...
Is this for Martin?
Oh no, it's for me.
Excellent.
Ridiculous. I've made enough for him. Oh, I meant to bring my cup. I bought a beautiful cup. If you're in Dunedin, the Stewart Street Potters Co-op. I bought a beautiful mug. I posted it on Instagram. It was so gorgeous. So anyway,
I'm using my phone to video. I can't take a photo of that.
Months ago, I'd talked about the fact that I've made a commitment that I was going to buy a pattern and follow a pattern.
That's right. I remember you saying.
Then I found out that the pattern that I actually wanted was free. After all that. So this is the pattern. It's a cardigan with like a little field of flowers. It's so gorgeous. And I have the impression that the jumper was a paid for pattern, but the cardigan had come before and it was free, like from the person. I don't know her name. I'll try and find it and pop it at the bottom. So anyway, of course, the pattern wasn't quite what I wanted. So I had to go and reimagine everything. So I cut out the thing, then I had to flip it because I was doing it from the top down, not from the bottom up. Nightmare. Anyway, it's going really well. So I'm using Peace Fleece yarn, which is an American yarn with good ethics. I like them. And this looks really wide. It looks like it's going to fall off me. But so it's a cardigan. So I'm doing it in the round, and I'm going to steek it. So this is so that I can cut it. So cutting it.
You do.
It's called steeking. So I'm going to steek it. I don't really believe in steeking in the sense that you'll never be able to unravel it again because you'll just have lots shorter lengths of time. But at the same time, I know that once you start washing it, this kind of semi-felts anyway. So you would never unravel it. Anyway, complicated. Anyway, the reason it's so wide is because A, guesswork, but also I kind of want a boat neck cardigan.
Oh, yep.
And so with the rib, I'm going to decrease in the first round. So when I cast on for the rib, for the neck rib, I will decrease. And the reason I didn't leave live stitches is because having a cast off or a cast on line provides kind of structure. So I like that. Anyway, but you can see I've got about 5 lines to finish.
It's pretty.
So this is the middle of the thing. So if you look at, you can see the middle of the flower.
Nice.
So I'm super excited. It's a nightmare. It's like one step forward, 2 steps back. There was a lot of I don't know. I think I'm on the right track, and then I've made a mistake, and then I have to unravel the entire row. So it's a bit annoying. It keeps me humble. I learned that from Sophia this week. She uses the phrase, keeps me humble. I was like, oh yes, this pattern's keeping me humble, but I love it. Super happy. I'm gonna try and find the name of the person. I meant to do it at work. I just never had the time. But yeah, really lovely. But this is a winter project because I wanted to finish my cardigan. And now that the other cardigan's finished, this is a winter project. But I'm kind of obsessed, so it might be ready in the next...
I was going to say, you've almost done the hard bit, and then it's just...
Yeah, and then I can see that. Then I could take it to the cinema because I wouldn't have to think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to look at it. But anyway, so I'm happy with that. Are you feeling patient over there, Victoria?
Yeah, I'm enjoying seeing all this.
And then... Now it's getting, so I also did some other dyeing. So with the same dye material that I can't remember what it was.
Mystery pot.
Yeah, the mystery pot. I did some resist dyeing. And so this, can you see those?
It's what the hippies call dye-dyeing. Isn't it?
But I think when you talk about tie, I mean, it is a form of tie-dyeing, but this is more traditional without the garish 12 colours.
But you've got those shapy things are very
so you do it with tying. Yeah. And the idea, so this is a second-hand bed sheet, and I decided that in this house that we've built, I don't want to have formal curtains. I just want to have these bed sheets. And then I'm going to what are you doing, Victoria?
I'm just showing the different bits and bobs.
All right, okay. I'm going to very loosely stitch some of my antique panels of embroidery that I have. So like this curtain might be the dining room and there'll just be one panel, and I'm going to stitch it in such a way that it's so I'm going to put another layer of coloured fabric protecting the back of it, and so that when the curtains are open, the sun will never hit it. So that's my idea. So this was the first one, and I just wanted to see, because I've actually never done this before. I just wanted to see how
Very
it behaved.
effective.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved doing this. And of course it happens very quickly, and it's got a little bit of texture. There's a couple of holes in the thing, which I really like. I was thinking that maybe some of the holes I could embroider around them, so to draw attention to them a little bit.
Or you could turn them into flowers, or like the middle of a flower or something. So there's a hole just there.
And there's some things that obviously there was like some residue or something, and it's kind of created a more colour, like a little stain. But the colour's not flat, so even the bits that are plain are very textured with colour. So it kind of gave me the encouragement to do the next one. So now I'm going to have to wait until we come back off holiday. But when we come back off holiday, I'm going to get my indigo pot going. And then I'm going to do the same with an indigo thing. And I'm going to do it with cochineal as well. So excellent. I'm getting ready for that. So I love throwing things. This is very satisfying. So then that was that. And then I was talking to Donna He. Hi, Donna He. She's actually in... I think people in English world might call her Ali. I saw, I'm gonna forget her name. Nithya. Nithya responded to one of her messages either on Instagram or in her Flosstube. Nithya from Daybreak Stitchery. And she said something Ali. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't call her that. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, she was saying to me, oh, show your blouse that you were talking about. So this stalled. So this is my...
It's not a blouse. What is it? It's
frock. It's
not a tunic, a...
smock frock.
Smock.
Yeah, so this will have smocking, traditional smocking. But I kind of got stumped because I didn't know what other things to put in that represented me as a crafter. But now I know. So I can continue. Of course, I'm 49, I love mustard. So I'm showing this to kind of give me the encouragement. And I don't know if I mentioned that the blue that I'm using is from some beautiful thread that I bought in Chichicastenango in Guatemala. So it's full of lovely memories. Because if you ever need to go to a country where craft is all pervasive, go to Guatemala or to Mexico. Amazing, amazing women, I would say mostly. No, that's not true. Men do weaving as well. Anyway, beautiful country. So that, I'll work on that. We're almost there. 1:17.
It's all right. This is the Christmas special. It's all good.
It's our solstice special.
Yeah, solstice special. Holiday special. It's our giving time off work special, which is really the best bit.
So, oh no, I've got this as well. So we moved on to kind of... Okay, so I've been working on what I consider my art project. So this is kind of like hard work for me. It's like emotional labor. I find it quite difficult to think about this. So, but I've started. So this is a piece that I'm doing. It's really for my own benefit, which is a piece where I bought these pieces from a second-hand shop and beautiful cotton with like beautiful embroidery. And I'm embroidering images on it. So this is all about home. So, and you know, I'm talking about Peru, and the red thread symbolizes home because the Peruvian flag is red and white. So that's kind of some of the imagery that I'm thinking about, and the universal symbol for house or home. And then this is the map of Peru, and it's quite wrong. But I really liked, like initially, one of the things that stopped me from doing this is that I couldn't quite get the right proportions of the different areas. And then I thought I actually really liked it as a metaphor for what happens when you leave your home. Like you can't quite remember things as they really are. You remember them as you feel them. So it's that these are memories of maps as opposed to true maps. So that was fun. And then I was doing some research around emigration from Peru, and apparently, according to the one of the Peruvian websites that I came across, 10% of Peruvians live outside of Peru, and of that 10%, 70% have left for economic reasons. So that's quite interesting to me. So I'm kind of continuing to kind of think and work and sort of consider those things. This will not be a skirt. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll put everything into it, and then it'll live in a drawer somewhere. But anyway, I've been having fun with this. I was very happy to have got started. So, boff. Oh, and then the quilt.
The quilt. I love this quilt.
I love this quilt, but it's a lot. It's an intense quilt.
It's busy.
It's busy. So what I think I'm going to do, and I haven't done it yet, so I'm just going to open a little bit to show you. What I feel like doing, and I may change my mind, is cut out circles, like big circles of this, and then do reverse applique onto a very plain fabric.
Nice, I like that idea.
Yeah, so I don't know what the fabric color will be, probably a bed sheet. I may or may not dye it, but I just think that we don't need all this. So that's one idea I've had. Another idea I've had is to have the quilt, so it's double the length, but this is the width of it, is to then attach a very plain fabric on this side, so your eyes can rest on this plain side, but also do some embroidery of words on the plain side, which I really like. I like text on textiles, but the reason I didn't do that for my daughter is because that's not the idea of her piece. But as an art quilt, I like the idea of doing that thing. So I'm thinking about it. I'm also not quite happy with the proportions. I think I made it too long and narrow, so we'll see.
It's going to look stunning hanging in your studio.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is all just fun, isn't it?
It is.
So that, boff. And then, I just love this. My trade aid pouch. So beautiful, with a bit of shisha work. So beautiful. So this is my...
Oh, this is your food tablecloth.
This is my Peruvian food tablecloth. And I actually thought, oh, I'm going to add panettone. Because that's, we miss that, don't we? So I'm going to continue with this. I actually want to fill it up like really densely, but we'll see.
With this beautiful crochet border that you have done.
Yeah, with the 2 different tones.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I am no crocheter.
Yes.
But it's okay. Anyway, I really love this piece, and I really love this idea that, I mean, people that don't live, I was actually thinking about this. We all miss food, even if the food that we miss is actually your mum's cooking, because you don't live with your mum. So you're like, sometimes when you're ill, that's when it comes through, and you're like, I don't want my mum chicken soup. Or whatever it is that would give you comfort, you think of that. Yeah. So I think once we're adults, we all have something that we
or the food that as we remember it from our childhood.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the recipes change and food...
Your taste buds change.
Taste buds change, yeah.
So I think everybody can sort of relate to this idea that there are foods that you can miss. And in fact, sometimes you miss foods and then you have it and it's like, oh. You know, the missing can be so physical, and yet it doesn't satisfy your taste buds when you do have it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, possibly what you miss is your mum's soup, not just that soup.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm very happy with this, and I am going to continue to work on it. And the last one, what was this? Oh yes, so this was this was supposed to be my daily meditation that never happened. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be doing a daily thing with Donna He.
Oh, that's right.
Donna He, who's got a serious, real job doing research. And so I'm inspired by a Mexican craft. I forgot the name of the group of people that use it. Anyway, beautiful. It's the colours really that I was after. And I learned that stitch as well, which is pretty cool. So I will continue with that.
Excellent.
And then there's my mum's shawl.
That's right.
Her pashmina. And I didn't do any more, but I will. That will happen. I just need to decide what it is that I want to do, like new stitches or old stitches, or, you know, whatever. Or the same stitch, whatever. I have too much on, have you noticed?
You've got a fair bit.
Off.
Oh.
124.
Right.
And so, of course, this is the stuff I have on, but I've decided that I do need to embroider more next year. Like embroidery. I'm gonna aim for one piece a week.
Wow,
Like,
that's impressive.
even if it's like a tiny thing on a sleeve, like I want it on my clothing, on my sleeve or stuff. I just need to do one piece a week. There is time. I just need to stop scrolling on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, I hope you all had the common sense to go for a toilet break.
Yeah.
Halfway through.
If you made it to the end, well done.
That was fun.
It was.
Now I just want to go home and like.
I'm all inspired to do all these ones that have been packed away for a while.
Yeah. You have to remember. Yeah, it's funny because everybody's always trying to think of like a new way to arrange their work so they don't forget their work.
Yeah.
And we all have the same problems. We, things get packed away nicely in their bag, and then that's it. You forget. So anyway, we've got a busy 3 weeks or thereabouts.
Yeah. So we'll do our next filming in no earlier than 3 weeks, and I would have said no later than 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
and thank you for all the love this year.
Thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you for the comments. We love reading them.
Yes, it's so
Catherine really enjoys responding to them.
Yeah, I really enjoy responding to the comments. I know I owe a couple of people comments. It's just been so lovely, and it's been lovely for me as well to make contact on Instagram with a few people.
Yeah. That
kind of fills my cup. So yeah, and we really enjoy it. We don't feel the fatigue of like,
No, it's something that we look forward to doing. And I think we've got it every 2 weeks is just good enough for us to have a little bit of progress.
And having a routine is helpful. If we just said, we'll do it when we next feel moved to do it, we'd
never do it. No. So it works really well for us.
So whatever you celebrate, I hope people are having a good time celebrating the solstice, if that's your thing.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Himete.
Hope that you get to spend some time with people that you love and enjoy being around, even if that's your cats or your dogs.
And if you don't want to be around people, I hope you get to spend some time without people.
Yeah. Netflix is a great company.
Yes, and I hope you find time to enjoy the podcasters that are doing vlogmas and that sort of thing. Wow. Good fun. Good fun, especially for people like us, like looking at the northern hemisphere with their snow and stuff. Yeah, that's good fun.
Yeah.
So lots of plans for next year. So thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, in 2022.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have numbers sorted next year.
Bye. Ciao.